Anthropic just made their most powerful everyday AI model free to use on Claude AI. So Claude Sonnet 4.6 just dropped. And if you use AI to run your business, you need to stop what you're doing right now. Here's the crazy part. Anthropic just dropped Sonnet 4.6. It's got a huge upgrade. It's available for free. And we're talking about a model that can now use your computer, click buttons, fill out forms, navigate websites, complete tasks on its own without you touching it. But that's not even the wild part. The wild part is the benchmark scores just came in, and Claude Sonnet 4.6 is now performing at basically the same level as one of their most powerful models, Opus, which costs 5 times more. Same power, fraction of the price, and it's free to get started. Developers who tested it early said they preferred the old model, they preferred Sonnet over the old model 70% of the time. They even preferred it over Opus, the most expensive model Anthropic makes, 59% of the time. That means right now you have access to one of the most powerful AI models ever built for free on your phone or laptop. But here's what nobody else is telling you. Most people are still using it like a fancy Google search. You type a question, they get an answer, they close the tab. That's like buying a Ferrari and only driving it in a parking lot. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to use Claude Sonnet 4.6 the right way as an agent, a system, something that does work whilst you sleep. I've got a 30-day blueprint, 1,000 ready-to-use prompts, and live demos you won't believe until you see them with your own eyes. This is the most important AI update of this month so far. Let's get straight into it. So you can see Claude Sonnet 4.6 is very heavily focused on computer usage. So you can see how it works right here. And one of the most interesting things is the evolution of Claude Sonnet's computer use. So you can see previously when Claude Sonnet 3.5 came out, computer use was pretty poor. Now, this is OS World verified score over time, which basically grades how good an AI is at using a computer. And you can see previously it was at 14.9, then it went up to 28 with Sonnet 3.7, then it went to 42.2 with Sonnet 4. After that, it went to Sonnet 4.5, and that was at 61.4. And now we have Sonnet 4.6, which is a huge step up, and it's gone in just a space of 16 months from 14.9% on the score to 72.5%. Think about the evolution of that and what that means. That means the AI is getting better and better with every single upgrade at using a computer until the point where it'll probably, be more better. It would be better than most humans using it. So this is one of the most powerful updates we've seen. You can see the upgrades right here in terms of how it scores on benchmarks. Usually I don't really care about this, but the main thing you want to focus on here is that it's very powerful agentic terminal coding. And a lot of developers, as I said before, prefer using Sonnet over Opus, which is very interesting, right? You also got scores on agentic coding, and it is right up there with Opus 4.5. So you can see 79.6% versus 80.9%. Opus 4.6, 80.8%. I mean, the margins there are so small and they're so thin when it comes to comparing these models. And then you can see as well, one of the interesting things here is like if you're using, for example, Opus, I think it costs 5 times more than using something like Sonnet 4.6. So it's a lot cheaper to use, especially if you're using something like OpenClaw, which means that if you're generating tasks and you're using the API from Claude, well, you can have something that's at a comparable level, but for 5 times cheaper, which makes sense, right? That sounds way better to me as a deal. So that's basically what we're doing. Let's see what we got here on the comments. So ClickStanger says, yes, we miss you, boss. Good to see you here. NG Bot says, miss you, boss. Good to see you. And then we got Pippo who says, question, which models are you using for the processing in OpenClaw? So if I've been using ChatGPT Codex pretty good. I did try Claude, but wow, the API tokens they use is insane. Literally, it's absolutely wild how many tokens it uses up. I just don't think it makes sense for most people, to be honest. And then also you can use stuff like, for example, KimiClaw. KimiClaw is a lot cheaper, or you can use Kimi K2.5 with OpenClaw as well. So yeah, that's basically how we can use these things. Now, let's talk about a game plan here, right? So if we were talking about Claude 4.6 Sonnet, if you want to get access to this for free, you can go over to Claude AI over here. You can get all the notes from today, by the way, inside the AI Profit Boardroom. And basically, what you want to do is switch over to Sonnet 4.6 Extended Thinking. So you can basically type in whatever you want over here. So let's say, for example, we want to build a website for the AI Profit Boardroom, which is my AI automation community. We can take all the information from this page on the website, as you can see. Then we can switch back to Claude Sonnet. We're going to paste in that information from the website that's existing already. And then we can say, create a beautiful dopamine inducing website using the information attached as a landing page, right? Something like that. And basically that'll use the information that you've given it to start building with Sonnet. Now, the main thing to note here is that you can build tools, apps, websites, landing pages, lead magnets, etc. using Sonnet. So you can use this for free. It is available within certain limits, and then you can go off and build whatever you want using this. So this is exactly how it works step by step. Kapuri says, OMG, we are so cooked. And LinkedIn user says, from Pakistan, good to see you. All right, so this is basically how it works step by step. Now, let's run through some of the notes today. I've created what I would call the Goldie Sonnet system, a 30-day blueprint for mastering this stuff. Now, if you're wondering, okay, what is Claude Sonnet 4.6? It's Anthropic's latest AI model, right? It's an agent. That means instead of just answering your questions, it can now use tools autonomously, operate inside websites, browsers, and interfaces. It can complete multi-step tasks, connect to your system via API, right? And it's smart enough to reason through complex problems fast enough to use in production and available right now for free. Now, let's talk about the Sonnet system. So the Goldie Sonnet system is a 30-day framework to go from knowing Claude exists to having it do real, repeatable work inside your business automatically, right? And the core idea is simple. You don't need to do more work. You need to build systems that work, whilst you're going off and doing whatever you like to do. So I've actually built out a 30-day roadmap inside the AI Profit Board, and we actually update this daily, like you can see. So we add new updates every single day inside here. Let's run through some of the beginning frameworks of this. So you can get access at Claude AI. And then if you want to start using this, you could actually start getting it to, for example, connect to NA10. You could build your first NA10 automation with Claude as well. You could build your first website, like you can see over here. It's coding out this website as so. You could even, for example, use this to build out lead magnets or that sort of thing as well. So the main thing to note here is like anything that you're doing or working on currently, look at ways that you could automate that with AI. That's the best starting place right here. And if you want to get a 30-day plan for that, you know where to go. So some people are going to say, okay, Claude is just a chatbot, but bear in mind, Claude is not just another chatbot. It's not the same as ChatGPT. Claude Sonnet is a reasoning engine that can operate tools, use computers, and run autonomously inside workflows. It's not a chatbot, it's an infrastructure, right? You can use this with, for example, like Claude Cowork and things like that. Like if we open up the Claude desktop version of this, so let's pull that up and we'll take a look at Claude here. We can use Sonnet 4.6 inside Claude Cowork, right? And then you can have it connect to your local files. You can have it start building locally. You can have it code for you, or you can use the chat directly as well. So it's a really powerful tool. Also, bear in mind, like it's going to use less tokens than most of the other stuff as well. So pretty powerful stuff right there. And now we've got the preview of the website, as you can see right here. It looks pretty cool, pretty interesting. The way that it's done is looking really cool. We can also deploy that as well. So I can click on share artifact here, go back over to Claude, copy this link, and then boom, we have a website that we've just automated whilst I was talking to you, right? For the AI Profit Boardroom. The design is pretty nice. It's taken all the information that we've given it. It's designed it nicely. It's added icons and that sort of thing. This cool little, like this mouse that follows us around as well. If we scroll down here, it's beautifully designed. I do think it's honestly everything that I've tested is at the same level as Opus, right? It's at the same level as Opus, but the difference here is it's free and it's available for anyone, and even if you're using the API, it's going to cost 5 times less than Opus directly. So I do think it's a big upgrade in terms of, number one, just being available for everyone, and number two, like the quality of the outputs are really, really nice, as you can see right here.